I need your help to escape these forces. Hey, I am Chuck the bureaucrat, and I've talked before about how military retirement has caused this weird fracture in my life between work and money and time. I mean, while I was in uniform, I had a job that consumed my time and gave me money. It was all tied together. But with my military transition, the linkage between these three parts of my life has been blown apart. But there are three forces that seem to be trying to pull all of this back together. These are forces that were no problem before military transition, but now they threaten to get in the way of achieving ultimate post-retirement bliss. And I need your help to figure out how I overcome them. So first, let's talk about the forces, and then I'll explain my conundrum, and maybe you can help. These forces are propinquity, dissipation, and Parkinson's law. Propinquity is a concept from the social sciences, and it has to do with the physical and psychological closeness between individuals. Normally, researchers view this from an interpersonal perspective. Friendships and romantic relationships are far more common between individuals who are physically close to one another. Of course, that makes sense. But there is also a magnetic quality about the issues that we work on. I mean, right now, there is somebody who is intimately knowledgeable about the nuances of wheelchair design, not because they have any greater concern about the welfare of the handicapped than anybody else, but just because they have a job where they work on wheelchair design. I once met a guy from the Department of Transportation who could talk for hours about the minor adjustments in the font on traffic signs that made them easier to read at high speeds. Propinquity makes us care about the work we do simply because it is the work we do. The next force is dissipation. This is a thermodynamic process where an initial source of energy, usually concentrated, spreads out until it's evenly distributed through a system. If you put a hot marble in a glass of cold water, the heat dissipates into the cold water until it's evenly distributed. And that process is non-reversible. That's what my life is like when I don't have a constraint of some sort. My energies just go away. The final force is Parkinson's law, and for our purposes here, I'll describe it as work expands to fill the time allowed. We can go down a dizzying research rabbit hole on this one, or you can just tell your wife that you don't have anything to do this weekend and watch your to-do list fill up. Anyways, these three forces are making my post-military retirement, complicated. Ideally, I want to be interacting with interesting people. I want to do something that makes a difference in the world, and I want a little low-stress job that brings in a little extra cash and keeps my skills sharp. And you would think that those goals would be easy to accomplish, but the three forces I've described here, well, they're conspiring against me. Want to interact with interesting people? Well, propinquity starts to drag me towards caring about the things that they care about, like it's some kind of black hole. Want to make a difference in the world? Well, that is just vague enough that dissipation starts filtering away my energy. That little low-stress job, well, Parkinson's law starts to cause it to swell and swell until it overfills my life. And look, I figure that somehow I just have to be better at setting and maintaining boundaries, but so far that hasn't happened on its own. And so, seriously, if you guys have some recommendations about how to deal with this, I would love to learn.